Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Campus Insider. This is Sanika Mate, your friend, your mentor, and your guide, welcoming everyone to you for this Campus Insider session. And today, going with mapping the journey after doing the BBA FinTech with NMIMS, after doing the IIM Amritsar, IIM Shillong, IIM Sirmore, I think a very long wait we have waited for a long time for this particular episode, and it is nothing but IIM COI Code. And we will be talking to the students who is the first batch of IIM COI Code who is pursuing their BMS program. Okay. So, if you are a student who is aspiring for IIM COI Code, today in this episode, you would get all your questions answered in terms of how is the curriculum, what exactly the culture of the campus is, how is the faculty, whether there is a part-time faculty, full-time faculty, what exactly the examinations are, everything. So we would be speaking to the students who has actually taken out time specifically for us within their schedule. And thank you so much to all my girls here, Raksha, Adya, Kanksha, and Advika. And let's start their introduction first and let's understand what their profiles are so you are able to resonate to it a little better. Okay. Let's start with our veteran. I am sure whoever have is aware or have gone through the podcast would know this particular face of Raksha Kundaswamy. So starting with you, Raksha, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Raksha Gandaswamy. My background in 11th and 12th lies in commerce with core mathematics. My percentage in grade 10th was 95% and 96% in my grade 12. Apart from studies, I'm also an international badminton player who competes in a lot of tournaments across Europe, juggling that with my rigorous academic schedule. So, any student athlete out there, I think, can relate to what I'll be commenting on here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yes, Adya.
So, hello everyone. I'm Adya Chaudhary. I'm also a commerce kid. So, I had maths as well, just to put that out there. In my 10th grade, I got 98%. In my 12th, I got 97%. And for my BMS AT, which I gave, I had a 95 percentile. So I did receive a scholarship from IMK, which was given to 10 students. I think we'll be covering that a little later on. Raksha, you are again in your 95 plus category for your 10th and 12th. Same thing is with Adya. Akanksha, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, so my name is Akanksha Patil. In 10th standard, I'd scored 96.6%, and in 12th standard, I'd taken commerce with applied maths, and I scored 94.4%. And apart from academics, my interest lies in guitar and Kathak.
Lovely. Yes, Advika, can you go next?
So I think I'll have a slightly different profile over here. So I scored 96% in 10th grade, whereas in 12th I had a bit of a drop and I scored 87.8%. But I had commerce with core maths.
Okay. So all four of you have mathematics, applied maths or core maths. Okay. But something which is pretty outstanding here that all of you are 95 plus. I understand 87 and 12. It is still compared not bad. Okay. Now tell me something. You all four of you are the first batch of IIMK. Okay. After 12th, when students were really kind of trying to ensure that they actually go with the best possible program, I'm sure you must have applied for a lot of other IIMs as well. My question, starting with you, Advika, would be what were your options? As in, what other colleges did you crack? And out of whatever you cracked, why did you opt for IIM Kolkot?
My other options were NMIMS, so BSc Finance and other courses that they had in Mumbai itself. And then I also had Symbiosis, Christ, all of them in main campus. And then I also have Shivnata University and different colleges, local colleges in Mumbai. So the reason I went with IIM Kozhikode especially was because it was the first batch. I wanted to experience what it is like setting up our own batches, having our own student council where we are the people who make the batch. So I didn't want to follow the steps in different, like in NMIMS, we know that they already have their own clubs and committees established. I wanted to establish it by myself and by with the batch, basically.
Okay, that is something which is very interesting, that it is something which you wanted to do it yourself. Okay. Adya, can you let me know your reasons for opting for IIMK and what were your options
Though I cracked IIM Indore and IIM Shillong as well, I actually converted only IIM Rohtak and NMIM is the IPM program, as well as St. Xavier's College, which was my alma mater for 11th and 12th. So, apart from this, I also got into a lot of international universities such as NTU Singapore and University of Warwick and University of Manchester. I think the main thing for me was the placements aspect because I am Koikor for 4 years. I would get the placement assistance after my 4th year. But in case of I am Rohtak, I was planning to perhaps to have work experience for like a year or two after my undergrad. So that was not going to be an option that would be available to me if I had gone to I am Rohtak. So I did want that placement assistance as well as the opportunity to work for 2 years in the middle without having any stress of joining back to the same college.
Okay. What I like is the clarity which Advika and Ada, you both have, that you wanted to set up, you wanted to kind of take that initial step, you wanted to be in the foundation year of, a program, and what you mentioned, Advika. It makes sense. Okay. However, let's see what Akanksha have to say. Akanksha, what were your reasons to opt for IIM Koikor?
Okay, so like apart from IIM Kohikode, I also got into IIM Sirmaur Symbiosis for like BBA and Tapni and Nalsar, and I also got into NFSU. So the reason I went for IMK is that first of all, like we are the foundation batch, and again the reputation IMK has. IMK has like NRI ranking, so like I had some confidence in IMK, like they would be able to cater a good program. And then again, this program was like very much related to management. And since we are the first batch, it was that like we will for sure give our 100%, and even the faculty will give their 100%. And then again, as Adya said, like while doing my MBA, like I'll also have work experience if I do job for like a few years. So then I'll be able to apply my knowledge properly.
All right. Raksha, what are your reasons?
So I initially had a plan of going abroad for my UG studies. I got offers from a couple of universities abroad: Warwick Business School, NTU Singapore, Manchester in UK, and also two in Australia: University of Melbourne, University of Monash. I also applied within India to a lot of colleges, not only IIMs. I did get an offer from Lady Sri Ram College in Delhi. It was initially Hindu College, which got upgraded to LSR later. And then NMIMS, BBA program in the Mumbai campus. I converted Nirma as well. And then there was Manipal. So that was the IPM program, which I converted there. And Shivnadar University, of course. But obviously, I came to IIM because 4-year program was something I've been very keen on pursuing. So the 4-year with an honors at the last year, that has been something which attracted me over all other universities. And another thing is that the brand IIM has been echoing in our family for a long time. Although, I mean, my dad passed out from IIM Calcutta, and ever since childhood, that has been like one of the dreams for me. Yeah.
Fantastic. I mean, I understand that IIM, a brand, kind of fascinates, okay, and specifically joining an IIMK, which is again a very renowned IIM and very trustworthy itself, okay. Your choices and your decisions of joining IIMK, I'm sure, has worked well because it's been what, 3.5 months you have joined now? Okay. Now tell me how exactly IIMK, whatever you thought about of joining, is it really working out that way? Starting with you, Advika. Whatever you thought of joining IIMK, is it exactly the same or there are certain hiccups?
I would say that it is the same and more. Of course, there are a couple of hiccups in between, but every single day we get a lot of group projects to work on, and we get a lot of. It's not just the experience of learning over here. It's a lot of experience when we start discussing among our peers as well with the faculty. There's a lot of opportunity to interact with the faculty outside classroom also. So I would say that, and we've also gone to one on-site visit, that is the PDTP. Basically a dairy farm. So it is a lot more than what I would have expected initially.
Okay. What about you, Adhik?
So, of course, the academic aspect of it is a whole 101%. We are getting everything we wanted and more, as Advika mentioned. Looking at the campus, we don't technically have a campus yet. We are planning to be shifted in about 3 months. So we're really all looking forward to that because that is, what we came for, a college life. And well, we do have a hostel as well, which is all fun and games because we're all living together, having again the college experience. So there have been a few hiccups along the way since we're the first batch. Even the management was setting everything up, so they did have a couple of issues with the hostel, the food, everything. But everything is settled down right now, and by the time the next batch joins in, I'm sure everything will be absolutely perfect.
I'm very certain about it. Raksha and Akanksha, anything you would like to add there?
Yeah, IMK has been treating us like really good as of now, but at the same time, it's really hectic because we have like continuous quizzes, assignments, presentations. We also have a presentation due tomorrow. So, and the thing is, it's not just the faculty is really great, and the peers are also really competitive. So, it motivates me to do like perform my best all the time. So, I think that's one aspect of IMK I really like.
I'm glad to hear that. Okay, now let's talk about something which would really make or break a student or a parent's decision for them to join IIM. Okay, see, right now, by the time the next batch would join in, you guys would be settled in in the campus. You guys would be settled when it comes to your curriculum is concerned. But curriculum is the main reason why somebody or any student would look forward. About brand, IIM tag, and everything is definitely considered. But what exactly IIMK has to offer? So my question to all four of you, starting with Raksha. Tell me, in the first year or up till 3.5 months, whatever time you have spent, what are the subjects you have learned? All in the three of you, if you would like to add anything what Raksha is saying, please feel free to add. But I'm more keen on understanding what is the curriculum IIMK has picked up for the BMS program.
For the first 3 months, I think end of the first semester until Jan, the subjects that we have, starting with economics, it's called Fundamentals of Economic Analysis. We have around 2, 3 professors, probably one more professor will be joining us this week. Then we have business management. We have again 2, 3 professors handling that for us. We have a course in poetry and literature. And then there's sociology and anthropology. We've now currently explored mostly the sociology part of it, and I'm hoping we'll be doing the anthropology bit in the later half. And then we have a course called Computing in Practice. I mean, we have an industry expert who comes. These lectures are usually in the evenings, around 4 to 6, after a brief break after the morning session. So that's quite useful to us. We have a yoga course as well. It's called Yogasana and Pranayama. Yeah, so that's there about once or twice a week.
Okay. So it is looking like a very holistic approach for the management aspect. Anything you all three would like to add?
We also have Introduction to Accounting. So
Okay.
that is another course that we have. Yeah, more or less, yogas are also done in a separate place altogether, where ma'am teaches us different kinds of asana, and we even have quizzes on that, based on yoga.
And then like business management and even like several other lectures, we have like a lot of diverse readings. And in business management also we get readings from like Harvard Business School and all. So then it really enriches our
Yeah.
knowledge.
Okay. That definitely kind of shows the quality. However, my question now, after listening to the curriculum, is the fact that now with 3.5 months in the course, you must have got the idea that who this particular program really is for. Okay. So if I have to ask you, Adya, that whom do you think should be opting for IIMK? What kind of students, okay, should be opting for the IIMK BMS program? What would be your answer?
Anyone who likes to think outside the box or likes to look at solutions to problems in a different way, who likes to do a wide variety of topics to try to understand one thing. Let me illustrate this with an example. We have poetry and literature as a course, which does not really seem like something a business management school would have. But our teacher or professor actually helps us see how something like Macbeth and Othello can be related to a corporate environment in our workplace in the future. This can be seen in all the other courses we have as well, where we are actually practically applying what we're learning at least we hope to do so in the future. So it's a very hands-on experience. There are group projects and presentations every single day. I was a very introverted person. I never liked going up and giving group presentations, but doing one every single day almost has really changed my whole outlook on that. So if you are looking to study wide variety of things and look at business from a very holistic approach, then this is the perfect course for you.
Okay. Anything any other girls would like to add to that? Anything she has missed?
I would just say someone who's ready to work. That is very important when you come here. You cannot have a laid back experience where you're like, yeah, maybe I'll do it later. There's no later. Over here, you have to submit it on deadlines, and every deadline, you might even miss a few, considering how many are there.
Oh, I just heard, rigor without you using that word. Okay. So, Raksha, tell me, I mean, procrastination is not something which there is a space, is what I can understand with what you told me. But is it like a rigor which is too much to handle at times, or is it only during examination where you feel that it is really going, the rigor is really high?
Surprisingly, before coming to IMK, that's what I thought, that the rigor is going to be around only probably say a week or two before the examinations. But here, the rigor is uniformly distributed. So you are kind of under the bar all the time. So I think this is kind of a good thing, because then, like it used to happen in our school days, I mean, putting all the portion up for the last day before the examination. Here, that's not what happens. So they train us to work constantly under pressure of deadlines. Like, for example, it's not always the professor giving us a project today and we submitting it 4 days later or the next week. It's usually within 20-30 minutes. So we've learned how to kind of organize our thoughts within those 20-30 minutes. And we almost always work in groups. There are less of individual assignments here. So I think it's more of, as Advika mentioned earlier, it's more of interacting with our own peers and getting to know diverse perspectives and growing together. Yeah. So
That is great. So, as the future leaders, you just know how to be kind of always be at the edge of the seat.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, tell me something. As you said that the rigor is distributed. Okay. Akansha, tell me something. How is the examination going on? Okay. What exactly the grading system looks like? Can you give a little insight on that?
Yeah, so the grading structure changes from course to course, but then more or less for the thing is we don't have a large chunk for our examinations. So we had our midsems last week, so that accounts for around 30% of our grades, and again endsems account for around 30% of our grade, and then the rest 40% is almost distributed among class participation, quizzes, and different assignments we have.
Okay. But one thing out of curiosity is what I wanted to ask. I'm only speaking to 4 of you. How many students are there in the class?
111, in our
100
batch.
In your batch, 111 students. How
Yeah.
competitive is the peer group?
It's very competitive.
It is very competitive. Okay. Can you give me an example? Advika, are there any example you guys can give of how competitive it is?
Right. So one of the things that Adya mentioned earlier is a scholarship. So every student over here is trying to get the scholarship, and it is only awarded to 10 students, top 5 girls and top 5 boys. So especially among the girls, the competition is as high as it can get. And every single day, even during class participation, you can just see in the class the amount of answers that the professor gets for a single question. So every single detail over here matters a lot, I would say.
And are we looking at a healthy competition? Do you feel that peer group? Because, you mentioned that maximum of the projects you guys are doing, it's a group project, okay, where you really need that group participation and group, the peer support. Do you find that there is a healthy competition going on?
Yes, absolutely. The competition is extremely healthy because all of us are simultaneously learning from each other. Look at it from the perspective of groups. For example, we have groups for every course, and in some course we have 2 different groups with 2 different sets of people. in this way, you're interacting with almost everyone in the class. Right now, today in the evening, I have group meetings with 3 different groups. So that just shows you how much you're interacting with everybody in the class. So it does have a very, very healthy competition. It does sound extremely daunting, I'm sure, for a lot of people who must be looking at this. But honestly, if you just manage your time and everything and just talk to people and are ready to work hard for it, it's going to be easy going.
Go ahead.
I would also like to add the fact that everyone tries to help each other. There's no method where someone tries to keep themselves away from each other so that they cannot copy the answers or they do not learn from each other. There are no hidden tricks or tips that people follow.
Okay, great. So looks like that right now, up till now, the 3.5 months journey is looking pretty smooth, though it's a learning phase, and that is something which you have to keep in mind. So all the students who are gonna watch this particular episode, I think one thing you will have to accept when you apply to an IIM, that it is not gonna be a journey where it's gonna be everything would be at a certain pace. With all the students I have interacted, you can go past the episodes and you would see that students are up to something all the time, whether it's a competition, whether it's a project, whether it's a visit. This is exactly the rigor which kind of ensure that you become the future leader. And that's how the IIM trains you to be that. Okay. Now, coming back to something very, very crucial. Okay. Peer group is important, plays a very crucial role. What is a mix of the peer group in IIMK? Do you find students coming from specifically from the South region, or do you have students coming from North as well, East, West? What is the mix looks like? Raksha, can you give the answer?
So I think the culture here is pretty diverse. There's a lot of variety. It's not that there are a larger proportion of people from the South. So I think it's purely based on merit and your performance in the entrance tests and the interviews and so on. So we are having a great time here, even in terms of celebrating festivals, Garba, Dashera, Diwali, and I think we'll also have a great Christmas rejoice coming up soon. So I think it's coming to within the classroom also. It is, I think, important to interact with a diverse range of people coming from diverse demographies. So I think it's actually good to make friends from people who are from state other than yours.
All right. Now tell me something. The course what you are learning currently, okay? This would be for Advika and Adya. The course what you are learning right now, is it more of theoretical because there is a lot of groups, there are a lot of groups presentations, what you mentioned, or it is more of the practical learning which is being focused by IIMK?
Though group presentation sounds like it's a very theoretical thing, we are in fact given case studies and are asked to find solutions to that. Now, that is very, very practical and hands on because you have to think that you are part of the organization that is going through the problem. So, yeah, there are a lot of discussions. It's not just, the teacher speaking and you're just listening and doing your own thing. So, there's a lot of discussion. It's very discussion heavy. So, yeah, it's very practical.
It is very practical. And how is the faculty? Advika, is the faculty approachable? Do you find faculty very strict? How exactly is the faculty?
So our faculty is very, very approachable. You can walk up to them anytime and ask if we have any doubts, we can clarify them immediately. Or if we don't even have doubts, we just want to have a deep discussion with them about different topics, especially in economics and BM. So BM is our business management course. Over there, we can always see a hurdle of students always surrounding the professor and asking questions about something or the other. So I would say that all the faculty, whether it be from our own IMK or those who come and teach us, everyone is very approachable.
Lovely. So overall, looks like the studies are something which is definitely being sorted there. Okay. Now, this particular question would be for Raksha and Akansha, for both of you. Tell me something. How exactly attendance is looked at, because it's a residential program. You guys are right there in the hostel. Okay. To what extent you would bunk in, but how closely attendance is being looked at, and what is the percentage?
So, like the mandatory attendance percentage for us is like 80%. And there's this thing that if our attendance is below 80%, like our grade is reduced by like one step or like for example, if I have A plus, but then if my attendance is below 80%, I'll get an A grade. That's one reason like we need to maintain our attendance. And for me, it's not just about maintaining my attendance, but then we learn so much in a day, like from our faculty and our peers, that I personally don't want to miss any lectures, and I haven't missed any. So it really motivates me to come every day for the knowledge rather than the attendance.
Makes sense. And what about the dress code? Raksha, is there a dress code? Because I know a lot of, when I've been speaking to a lot of students, because it's a residential complex, residential uh, program, there is no dress code eventually, which is followed. You're even allowed in your PJs. Is it the same with Koi code as well?
Yeah, so we do not have any uniform. You're right. We do not have a uniform.
But do you have anything like, you can't really wear a certain thing to the class or anything of those sorts?
No restrictions as long as you look presentable. That's it.
Okay, all right. So overall, definitely kind of it is something which is making your life easier there. But tell me, in this 3.5 months, I have seen a lot of pictures of IINK doing a lot of kind of festivals on a lot of students on the Instagram, stories. Tell me something, how exactly, because with your peer group being supportive, people management and all the other management skills which you would learn is practical learning would come when you would be doing a lot of clubs and committees and festivals. How exactly that aspect is being handled by IIMK? Starting with you, Adya. Tell me how exactly this is being done. What are the clubs, committees which are being formed as of now?
So, IMK does want us to handle all of this by ourselves. It's a very student-centric decision-making process. So, we did have a Garba night way back in September, as well as we had a Diwali evening as well. And all of us came together. We organized everything. We had performances. We had a lot of fun with the whole venue decision and the date decision, and everything was a lot of fun. We also have a Christmas event coming up next week, next to next week. So we're really excited for that as well. All the planning is in full swing. In terms of clubs and committees, those still have to be set up as we were still settling in over the past 2-3 months. So the student council elections procedure has just started. We got to know about it like 2 days ago. So we are in the midst of the elections, and that process has started. And we'll be setting up clubs and committees directly after that.
And as
Fun.
Adya mentioned that the like previous two programs, like the Diwali one and the Navratri one, we did not. We also, I mean, we hosted the event and we also funded the event ourselves. So then this also helps us understand a lot of things and like get hands-on experience with everything, like budget allocation and all. Like Adya was talking about the venue and all. We had to like look at then what are the other additional things which we had to get. So we also applied a lot of our knowledge which we learned here during the entire process.
For the Garba night, the management did fund the whole event. For Diwali, it was something that we really wanted to do. And since we had already had an event the previous month, this was something we had to fund for ourselves. But Diwali, again, it was something that we did ourselves. So
That is lovely. So you guys are learning a lot of skills there. Okay. Now, one thing which I want to ask, I mean, I have covered almost all the aspect, but there's one thing which, from a parent point of view, it is something which is very important, which is the safety. Okay. Good part that I have like 4 girls with me would be able to kind of give me a very clear information about how safe is the campus. Because when a parent is actually allowing you to, to stay in a hostel, there's always at the back of the mind, they always have this particular aspect of the safety. So tell me, Akanksha and Raksha, what exactly and how safe are the safety measures which are taken in the campus?
Okay, so like I would like to say Kochi in general is like a very safe city. So there's like no need to worry over here. The safety and security at hostel is like a lot. That we have like 2 wardens like from IMK, and then we have 1 warden from like the venue of the hostel, and then we have a male watchman, we have a female watchman, we have some strict curfew timings as well. But yeah, the security is like really good.
So it is something which is pretty safe, and you don't really have to worry about, about the safety. That is something which is the outcome. Okay. Placement, I think, is too early to speak about, okay, because it's just 3-4 months where you have joined the program. But yes, I would like to connect with you all again. One thing which I can understand right now after speaking to you, that if a student is looking at a strong 4 year program, which would kind of provide them with a holistic approach of the management studies, okay, then IIM Kozhikode definitely will be one of the programs they can definitely opt for. Not only for the brand, but I'm sure that with whatever you have told me, IIMK is living up to the expectations which the students have from them. Okay. So, with this, I just want to thank all four of you for taking out time and doing this particular session with us. This session, I am sure, would help students to understand whether IIM Kozhikode BMS program is for them. The kind of rigor which you all have mentioned, if you are the one who can bear with the rigor and you really want to be a part of the rigor, then IIMK definitely would be one of the, a place you should be opting for. And hope this particular session or this episode was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please mention it in the comment box. We'll be more than happy to help you out with that. And with this, Sanika Mate signing off. Stay focused and all the best.